Hello, everyone. This is Asa Leveaux, icon architect, founder of the Wealth Spa. If you aren't aware by now, and every time I start a video, whether it's live or recorded, I give something called my icon money statement. Your icon money statement is how you answer, so what do you do? Whether you're at a convention, a conference, a fellowship hall, chicken dinner, over at your auntie's house, or at a rooftop networking event, you are able to say that in a concise way. So, my icon money statement is I catapult audacious entrepreneurs towards their next million by providing brand clarity, business automations, and bankable deliverables. That's what I do. And today is a very happy day. It is a very productive day. Why? Because someone that you're about to meet has made the decision to make not just a difference for me, but a significant and bold difference for me. And I say that because I desire for you all to understand the gravity of what this woman has done for me. I do not take it lightly. And let me add some more clarity. I've been in a entrepreneurial hibernation for a couple of years, and ultimately got back into it and doing things that I haven't done in a couple of years, including a virtual event, which is called the Icon Bootcamp. And when I said yes to this, knowing what I desired for myself, I realized I needed some help. And I mean some help. And it's okay to ask for help. I don't care what level you're in, it is okay to ask for help. And I did that. And Kesa Johnson was able to answer the call. And I am so appreciative. I am so appreciative. And so that's why I will not want to make that light. And so because of that, I have decided, I am clear that it is imperative that you know about her and you know about your group escapes, because I feel that it could, not just I feel, I believe and I think that she can make a real difference for you in your business. And we're gonna find out how exactly that's gonna happen. So Kesa, hello, how are you?
Hello. Thank you so much, Asa. I really appreciate this very warm welcome and introduction. And I just believe and I know that you're going to do some great things. So that's why I wanted to be of assistance and help you out as much as possible. But yes, thank you so much for that warm introduction. I appreciate that.
Of course. So you, of course, being the founder, the creator of your group escapes, can you please let the world know what it is that you all do? What do you provide excellence in?
Well, we provide excellence when you're ready to elevate your day trips, those life celebrations, or even when you're ready to have a retreat. We handle all that logistics, the planning for you, make sure that, we handle the payments, because a lot of times, people are so busy. It's just that, they want to get away, but they don't know how, or they don't know where they want to go. And then sometimes they want to go solo, but a lot of times nowadays, they want to go with their family and friends to celebrate. And so, they don't want to handle those details. So we do that. And we make sure tell you the places where you need to be and where you need to go. That way you get some Instagram and Facebook photos that you want to have. And then, everyone is like, well, why didn't you invite me? So it's like, oh, okay, well, we told you, but you didn't want to go with us. So, that's the thing. We make sure that when you travel, you really enjoy yourself and you come back and you don't need a vacation from when you come back from it.
That's important and imperative. So, number one, what got you thinking just thinking that you could do this is because you were an avid traveler or you used to help people create events for themselves?
Well, I was an avid traveler, and I still am. I went to travel school after grad school back in 1999, so I'm dating
Hold
myself a
up.
little bit.
Did you say travel school?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. So yeah.
What's travel school?
So when you look, when I've always been an overachiever. So I did graduate school business and human resources in
Mhm.
graduate school. And then I went to travel school to make sure I knew all the destinations, how to do the customer service, ethics and things of that nature, to make sure that I knew how to match my clients with the right product and the right destinations based on what it is of their interests. Um, and also, I just retired from 30 years at a very large automotive company. So I did 10 years in human resources, oh gosh, 10 years in learning consultant, helping people from all over the world. So, after 30 years of corporate America, I decided to put my skills, apply it to my business and help others. Because one thing that I noticed is that people are so busy buying a lot of things, they're not, using it, experiencing things, experiencing life. So, one thing that has taught us over the last couple of years is that you need to experience life also. Things are great, but experience life also with the people that you may like them, you may not love them all the time, but you like them. But you do want to have some type of experience. It's something to think back on. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get back into travel, and just use all of my skills that I've learned, because a lot of people just don't know and they don't want to handle it. So that was
So
why I
let me
did it.
be very clear and
Mhm.
very upfront. And number one, congratulating you on retiring after
Thank
30
you.
years.
Thank
That
you.
is significant,
Yes.
very
Thank
significant.
you.
So, yes, kudos to you
Thank you.
for staying with someone, to having that longevity. I
Mhm.
believe that when you bring that to the entrepreneurial world, to the business
Mhm.
world, people can see that you are willing to stick with something.
Yes.
So yes, I take great value in that.
Yes.
And again, travel school. Before 3:08 p.m. Central Standard Time, I had no idea that that was a thing. However, the things that you learned, I'm glad
Mhm.
that you went for sure. Um, to shift gears a little bit, I would love to know what types of groups that your group escapes tend to support.
Well, tend to support family reunions. We tend to support girls' trip, guys' trips, class reunions. And we also, like, for business owners, when they want to do a retreat, we also support those logistics as well. Because a lot of times those business owners, they're trying to figure out a way to have, like, to help, like I say, increase their community engagement. And what they find out is that going on a retreat, it gets the camaraderie going with everyone that's there. So it sort of knocks out two birds with one stone. They get to have a trip, and then they also get to write it off also.
Of course.
And then it increased the employee engagement and loyalty. So you also have that business owner with the ability to generate some additional revenue, as well as have a trip on the side.
Most definitely. I
So,
would love to know, are there any places where you have found that your clients love to go? I would love to. As someone who is a traveler, I've been to 25 countries. My goal is to hit 40 countries this year, so I got 15 more to go.
okay.
Yes, have a lot more to go. But I'm always interested in what someone else finds value in going.
Well, my two biggest sellers right now is Jamaica, and then also to the Riviera Maya over in Mexico.
Okay.
But Jamaica, Everyone loves it because I have a lot of local contacts because I go so much.
Okay.
And people love to be immersed in the experience. And my firm belief is you're going over to on a resort, get off the resort, experience
Yeah.
the local culture, experience the people. There's so much to see and do. But a lot of people are a little jittery, rightfully so.
Okay.
But that's why I go explore and I vet my suppliers and I vet everything. And I develop relationships because
Mhm.
if someone calls me and it's like, if there's an issue, I need to be able to call at whatever time it is and say, oh, my people are having problems. We got to do something.
Exactly.
Um, so that's my thing. But yeah, Jamaica, hot seller right now. Yeah, and Hawaii as well. And like I
Okay.
said, River Maya and Hawaii. But yeah, Cancun, not so much as what I mean. It's still the real inexpensive spot, but because of all the issues, people are going a little bit further. And with the constructions, it's taking about like hour, 10-minute drive now. But it's worth it
Yeah.
because it's so worth it.
Because I was
Because it's laid
in,
back and relaxed.
because where was I? I was in November. Because I landed in
Mhm.
Cancun. I took the bus and we passed Cancun and we ended up in Playa del Carmen. That's what it was. So Playa del Carmen, I had a real good time there.
Mhm.
And now, even though I had heard that background noise about places, but now since I've been to Playa del Carmen, now I desire to go to Tulum.
Mhm. Yep. And that's a
I've
little
heard,
bit further past the Riviera
right,
Maya. Yes.
yes. And so I've
Yes.
heard wonderful things about Tulum. It seems to be definitely my vibe. I'm all about nightlife, and having a great time and making sure that I have images for the gram. So that's definitely me. So it looks like Tulum is giving that.
Yeah. And believe it or not, Hard Rock has a sister property out that way that is a very
Hmm.
unique experience called Unico. Look that up. So that's a little tidbit.
Unico.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of a tidbit. But it's
Okay.
Hard Rock's sister property is out there. It's a more of a boutique experience, but it's all inclusive and it's awesome. So Tulum
Okay.
is, yeah.
So for those of you who are watching this, as you can see, Kesa Johnson knows what she's talking about. She has she's very
Yes.
clear. And so you might want to feel trusted and
Mhm.
supported as a result of saying yes to Kisa. So what I
Yes.
would like to know as well is what has been your particular, since the Icon Bootcamp, the whole point of the Icon Bootcamp is to support audacious entrepreneurs
Mm.
towards creating their first $100,000 in business. That's the whole point of this. Why? Because I understand that I have premium programs and packages to support people in their next million.
Mhm.
And I still wanted to make sure that I supported individuals where they were, because I am always reminded about where I was. And so,
Mhm.
with that being said, I would love to know what types of experience that you learned when you from just now starting to where you are now.
Oh, okay. So actually, this month, March, is our 7th year. So, um, yeah, I've been, full time back in travel. But we have learned a lot of valuable lessons. And the most important thing is your reputation.
Mm,
Um, you know, and that's something that I've learned even early and just carried with me is that, you're only as good as your word. I'm old school, apparently, so it's all about your word. So it's like, even if I go on my LinkedIn, because my name is unique, I have people from all over the world that know who I am because of the like my HR presence and my global presence. So, they say my name is like, oh, it's nothing to like, oh, no one's going to frown up at my name
right, right.
because I made sure that my brand was responsible, it's authentic, um, and I'm trustworthy. So that's the important thing because from that, if you do that, and believe in your brand and keep your brand authentic, you're going to get referrals, and you think that you're quiet and people are not paying attention, but believe it, someone is always, I call it, lurking in the background. They may not be ready to spend the money with you now, but you better believe they are saving up that money. And then once they are ready and willing to pull that trigger to buy, they're going to think about you. And always try to stay on top of mind of your clients, and just have some type of presence, like sending out emails, being on that social media. But just remember, social media, you don't own it. So if there's some way that you can capture emails, please do so, and treat your email addresses as gold. Because that's something that no one can take from you. You can switch out your platforms, but people are still going to have the same email addresses. And then make sure you're visible out there as well. And then, like I said, because word of mouth spread, but as long as your brand is good, hey, it carries you a long way.
True. And based on what you said, so how are you dealing with tax time? Because everybody's getting refund checks now. They're like, we going out.
Yeah. Let's just say, listen, it's overwhelming. Before we were like, oh, where's the business? But now it's like, people are like, we're taking off. It's like, okay, well, if you have to be traveling 60 days out, because it's overwhelming, because I believe in making sure that people are educated about where they're going. And it's like, people are like, oh, I'm going to go right now. But okay, but have you been out of the country before? Oh, well, we need to educate you before you go.
Right.
So
I will attest to that as someone. Okay, my first time out of the country was actually to a war zone. My first time was in 2003 to Afghanistan. And then in 2004 or 5 was my first out of the country for leisure, which was Jamaica, Montego Bay. And there was nothing that prepared me for Afghanistan, and there was nothing that prepared me for Jamaica. And so I am so glad that you are caring about your clients, your prospects, because it really isn't just going to Dallas or Miami or Baltimore. Like, it's so much more to consider. And then there's this whole thing about, especially if of course, most of the time we're talking to Americans, that whole adage about being an ugly American. Going into places and you are a guest in these people's countries, and you just acting like you can just be with your, what's the best way I can say this? So your
best buddy,
you and your bestie, whatever, and y'all got big gulps, and you look American. You have all these logos on your body. You talking on the phone out loud. You have this sense of entitlement that people should be moving just because they might not have the same money as you, came from the same background as you. Like, that's not okay.
No. And that's something I, always taught my kids. It's like, with regards to anything, it's like with people, it's like, you may have money here and people may be here, but when it comes to respect, it's here. It's a middle ground. So always, because you never know who you may need that helping hand from. So that person that you poo-pooed off or something, that may be the same person you may need to turn around and get directions from. So be careful.
Especially in these little places. Like, you think that, yes, there are a lot of people, let's say Montego Bay, but you don't realize that the person who picked you up to take you from the airport to your resort or to your hotel may have a cousin that works the door of the nightclub you want to get into, or can put you in a proper seating at the restaurant you want to engage in. Like, you just never know. So it's imperative to be kind.
Yes, kind. And even like with business owners, it's like, if you're going on an interview and you're going into a business and you see that receptionist, be kind to that receptionist, because guess what? That receptionist is 9 times out of 10 putting appointments on that person's calendar that you want to talk to.
Yeah, say all of that. Yeah, just treat everybody like Oprah.
Mm-hmm.
Treat, and that's if you value Oprah's presence. If you don't, whatever
Yes.
person you value, treat every single person like that. So if Oprah was to
Yes.
call you, how would you answer the phone? If Oprah was to send
Mm-hmm.
you a message that you like, okay, this can't, Oprah know better. So I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, I need
Yes.
to say that again.
Mm-hmm.
Like just give
You
people grace and ease for sure.
got it. You got it.
For
Yes.
sure. So Kisa,
Yes. Most
with
definitely.
again with you supporting the Icon Bootcamp, I would love to also know: is there anything that you would love for individuals that are on that journey of starting and creating their first $100,000 that may have already registered or in the process of registering? What information, what nugget, I call them sweet rolls because they're digestible, would you have for them as they embark on this journey?
Oh, um, and that's it. It is definitely a journey. Be careful with your mind, and guard it. Because what is your vision, and you have to be careful of who you tell that vision to, because everyone that you think is on your side may not be. So there are some haters out there. So you have to be careful of that. But always guard your mind, because this is a journey. Because where I started from 7 years ago is definitely not where I am today.
Right.
And some things may come to others a lot easier than others, and some may have to work a little bit harder. But just remember, if it's something that you really want, it's not a job, it's something that you love, and it's going to get easier because you love it, and it's something that you want to do. And if your goal is not to just stop at that 100,000, it's to go beyond. But with that, you need guidance, and you can't do it alone. You do need help if you want to get there a lot faster. So, I would say you're in good hands with Asa, because he has done this journey as well, and he's there to help you move a lot faster um, than what you can do on your own. Because I've known people that's been entrepreneurs for 20 years, and it's like, wait, you haven't even cracked six figures yet? So, the whole point of is that you want to go a lot faster, and being with Asa in the boot camp, you can do that because he has the resources and he's guiding you through that whole process. So
Thank you for that. And
you're
most
welcome.
definitely, and
Mhm.
I am a testament. I mean, this is a testament right here about
Yes.
if you want to get there quicker,
Yes.
bring more people along. More
Hmm.
people. So if you are in this mindset of don't nobody need to be knowing on my business, or ain't nobody trying to help me, or um, no one's willing to say yes. Like everyone's just hating on me. If you are under any of those mindsets, I am here
Hmm.
to ask you to reconsider where
Hmm.
your mind is now and
Yes.
just ponder that something could be different. Because I will say that prior to January of this year, let me be very clear, I did not think that I could be supported at the level I have been supporting the last 60 days.
Hmm.
I, no, I did not fathom it. I have been entrepreneurial since I was 9. I've been an entrepreneur on paper as far as signing, registering my business with the Secretary of State since I was 22. I'll be 40 this year. And I have never experienced the level of support that I have since January. So I am a testament, I am evidence, I am proof
Hmm.
that if you are willing to ponder something different, the
Hmm.
world will show up and
Yes.
meet you at the level of your expectation. But if you expect crap, if you expect haters, if you expect
Hmm.
people not to support you, guess what? You're gonna get all that. You can get all of
Yes.
that. But if you expect somebody like Kesa to come and help you with, a way to propel your business, the way that I'm doing right now, because let me be very
Yes.
clear, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
For those of you who are registering for the Icon Bootcamp, this is going to help your business and mine. Let's just be completely transparent about all of that. But I know that I can do it. I have the years, I have the education, I have the experiences that allow that. So I am very much with Kesa, like, just don't do it alone. You don't have to.
Correct.
So with that being said, if they would like to not go to destinations alone, how can they reach out to you?
They can reach out to us at yourgroupescapes.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we can reach out at 313-789-0050. But again, we're on all the social media platforms, specifically Facebook and Instagram, and they can reach out to us, and we would love to take the complication out of travel for you.
That's the real part. Take the complication out of travel, because as someone who has traveled with groups, as someone who has done destination retreats, destination conferences, traveled alone, traveled with people I was dating, traveled with ex-spouses, like traveled with a child, I am aware. I am fully aware of the possibilities that can come as far as complications, even when you aren't expecting them.
Oh yes, and yeah, they always joke, well, wait, you plan for everything? Like, listen, I'm like either or, this or that.
And I'm glad you do, because y'all just don't. If you've never traveled as extensively as we have, let me just tell you, there's some things that you would have never expected, but you'll never forget it. You'll never, ever forget it. So, Kesa, thank you so much again for coming on, for making a significant and direct difference for myself and for those that are going to be registering for the Icon Bootcamp. Yes, I just appreciate you. And for those of you who have yet to register for the Icon Bootcamp, please do go to www.iconbootcamp.co. I'll say it one more time, www.iconbootcamp.co. That way you are clear. And as always, I am Asa Leveaux, dreams and radical blessings.